Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Aetheris and the Canyon Ruins. Who could have lived here? Perhaps some kind of massive background spider. One thing is certain, these missing inhabitants were much taller than you, or they could climb really well because they're massive background spiders. So, the darkness is directly behind us, and basically everything's going terribly. This trail leads to a Vazard's corpse, but not a wanderer as you had first guessed. They're from the Nosy tribe, the knowing Vazards, unfriendly ones who spend most of their time alone, trying to get a better understanding of our world. It's not necessarily the best way to do that. Did a nosy expedition come to explore these ruins? All around the corpse, the footsteps are erratic and disorganized, as if they were attacked. Well, I mean, this is definitely the mystical thing to do, and the person at the front of the party is pretty mystical. Yeah, let's do a funeral ritual and hope we don't get jumped by whatever did this. Silently, you put a seed in the nosy's mouth before burying them in the sand. It's the best you can do. Metallic creaks can be heard over the dunes. It's coming closer. Looks like this nosy will have their revenge. Either that or I will get, completely devoured by the creature. It is probably the case, since that gave us a power bonus, my guess is it is probably the case that the benefits you get from the action are tied to the color the action is, which is a thing I don't think I had realized before, but seems right. Okay, so we got some malfunctioning robot dogs to deal with here. A Marlax, no big deal, just a classic Marlax. Resistant to bleeding and poison on account of being a robot. Okay, so 5 action points and a movement point, so they can't do that on the run. They can jump 4 tiles at 0 cost, not even any movement, that's fun. And then they have the ability to bleed, and they can double strike with this. Yeah, that jump is going to make them, more or less impossible to avoid. If one person has to be off by themselves, let's maybe have it be Mikolos. Yeah, alright. Here we go. I was hoping for something a little higher. Them getting to go first actually is pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Oh, cool. They're using the jump to get away after the fact. That shit sucks hugely. Well, I'm going to run away here and just disengage from this thing. It can still chase me, but it'll have to use its jump to get in on me. And if it does that, the 3 of us can sort of fall in on it. And if it wants to go after Mikolos, okay, yeah. I was going to say, if it wants to go after Mikolos, then, I think Mikolos can probably handle that on his own. Okay. Well, we got him. So, Spiritual Assault still remains the sort of the go-to maneuver here. But of course, this thing has managed to go 1 space out of range of that. That's really annoying. I should have counted the moves. I could have had Notice run at a diagonal. And I should have. Well, if I can't get close enough to do a spiritual assault anyway, I may as well protective bubble self? Yeah, protective bubble somebody. This has 0 range, so Mikolos is just not in the fight for a little while here. Alright, you're gonna have the same spiritual assault problem. Energy transfer can at least reach Nautas. Man, boy, they sure do love to get to go first, despite my high initiative score. Yep, alright. Well, I am taking all of the damage. Let's definitely fuck up this thing's AP if we can. just headbutt that huge robot dog, why don't you? And then this will do a very, very small amount of damage. But I could... Alright, I'm going to step low here, and I'm going to thrust it from this side. Oh, I didn't notice the rock. I was trying to just, like, kick it so that it would not be able to hit us and then run away. Hit us and then jump away. But never mind. Didn't see the rock. I wanted it to have to use its mobility to get in. Okay, that's bizarre, but not a big deal. Did you really take 1 point of damage less than your HP? You monster. That's really annoying. I mean, I guess I better finish it, but I'm very annoyed that I have to. Okay, at least Nodas gets to go first this time. Need to properly disengage. Protective bubble you, I suppose. So let's see here. I could like step here and then throw down the trap. I wish I had one more step available. Okay, that's fine. Spread the damage out a little bit. That's all we really needed. When does this comes off cooldown 2 turns from now? Yeah, that's rough. Hey, it's just a little blood. It's just a little huge, terrifying amount of blood. I'm gonna, I guess, stand over here. I'm just trying to like stand away from this thing. Make it so if it wants to give chase, it's got to step on the traps, right? And then, sadly, this is not likely to kill. Let's see what it does. Maybe it'll be... Darn. I couldn't get him to a position where I was sure that it would jump on a trap, you know? An interesting maneuver. Yeah, unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about bleed damage. It's just gonna keep bleeding. You definitely can't reach that thing, so I guess just back up. There we go. We can throw a little energy transfer up. Stay behind the traps. Technically still alive. That's fun. This thing has exactly, like... Boy, it sure did pick a very carefully chosen moment in the turn order to get to go. Come on. Approach the naive way. There we go. Technically, it probably could have gotten to us without stepping on a trap, and I was very concerned that it was going to. So Nodas is dead, right? Like, he's already lost his spirit, and we can't heal at the next camp, so... It feels very unlikely that we're going to be able to maintain him through the next combat. Well, okay. 9 defense. Might be a thing worth putting on. I'm definitely... I don't know. Maybe we'll be able to get to another camp without getting into combat. Sometimes your choices at events let you skip a fight or something. Clanking sounds echo all around you. You're constantly afraid of losing your bearings in this jungle of metal and stone. When will you see the sun again? Even the great white light eludes you in this abyss. That's actually pretty bad news. We do need to know where that light is. So obviously we must run here, or else we will be captured by the shade. White vapor fills the air, blurring your vision, while clattering sounds echo all around you. You feel lost in the fog, without a coherent sense of direction. Suddenly, you stumble against a strange metal vine, which resonates under the impact. A deep silence ensues. Let's just get our wits about. You know what? I think it would be smart to think through this. The shock, both physical and sonic, anchors your confused senses back to reality. Sensations gradually untangle and order themselves, and you regain your footing. The clicks start again, closer and more tangible, which makes us all lose initiative for some reason. Oh, this is going to be bad. No. A shiver crawls down your spine as you see the nosies lying down a dune from afar. Lying down a dune from afar? Lying down a... I don't really know how to parse the... okay, whatever. Oh wait, does Nauta still have his spirit? Was it Galus who lost? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Nauta still has his. No, you have lost your thing. It is both of you. Okay, just Katniss and Mikolos have theirs. The dreadful ending of an attack, and we are too late. Let's search them. You start searching the corpses. And the event goes well. They were heavily packed. A whole bunch of weird items are piled up inside their huge backpacks. Surely the Nosie's obsession for those trinkets prevented them from abandoning their stuff to flee. Well, it's not our fault. Telling yourself that, you help yourself without an inkling of remorse. You pick up an unknown accessory, which you decide to name an Ether Accumulator. Gains +1 power every turn. Interesting. That's a fun one. Alright, so the combat is happening now. Yeah, the thing is we kind of need to rest at the end of this, and then we need to run again after the next combat. It's going to be really ugly from here. So what do you have equipped right now? -5 dodge, +6 strength. This is a ton of HP. I mean, I don't really want to change the gear. I don't think changing the gear is the right answer. Alright, we're going to deal with it. We're going to get him. Is it just the one? I don't see another one. Just putting out us like way outside the fight. Put Galus over here with you. Alright. I'm wondering to what degree the thing is just gonna go. Wow, that is a high health dog. Marley. Marley is a slightly different creature. Okay, that's interesting. Hold on a second. So it's still a mech, obviously. Created to replace a lost companion. This is the sequel to Marley and Me. Marley gets a red scorpion tail and... Alright. Physical damage, magic damage, as well as a reduction in action points and movement. Inflicts physical damage and bleeding. 8 to 12. Okay, it is both deaf and MDEF. It's not weaker against one particular kind of attack or anything. Well, we can afford to throw up both traps. I think let's throw up both traps. Let's just start getting stuff established. And then you can't really do anything but approach. I think I probably don't want a protective bubble. You're going to do nothing at all. And you're going to energy transfer. And then probably move forward. Do I want to bubble myself? No, I think I just want to move forward. But we'll throw some HP on Nautis first, just in case, you know, something occurs. Oh. Alright, took one of the traps. That's pretty frustrating, though. So I need 6 tiles of range to hit this thing. Yeah, I need to do one more full move forward. I didn't even notice that. Well, yeah, a lot of the kinds of traps are just like, they simply are not visible. You know what? I'm going to step just to here and protective bubble because I'm going to have Miklos back off. Let's have Miklos fall back to here. Oh, apparently there was a trap that the game didn't feel the need to warn me about on that tile. Oh, the bubble does cost 2. Alright, whatever. I made that move feeling like it cost 1? I don't know. Okay, make it spend the move to go forward at least. Bubbling Miklos wouldn't have accomplished anything anyway. I guess I'm gonna run you forward some. I'm kind of thinking we might hit Great Warrior here. So I have enough that I can afford to cast it in future battles. Alright, unfortunately, the enemy is still out of range for... Yeah. Has moved in a really frustrating way and is actually more out of range than they were before. Not for you, though. Hooray, we've done a very small amount of damage to it. Okay. So the Ether Sword's pretty mighty. Especially when we crit. Don't really know what else to do here. Yeah, I don't think it really makes any sense to move or anything. These things just always go first. And it's not even that their initiative is like crazy high, it's just we are rolling so not well. Oh my god, the fucking running. Interminable. Your cowardice will be legend, creature. Alright, well, that'll keep it from simply refilling. Definitely do not cast Thrust. It is really nice to have some like natural spirit point regeneration. I think it's helping a lot. So how do I want to lay this down? I don't know what I think the thing's gonna do. So I'll put this here where it's not going to be a huge problem for any of us. So I think we're just going to use ranged attacks off of the casters for the next little bit here. Right, you're not going to be able to get anywhere near the damn thing anyway. So, okay, I mean... Now we'll just block. That's a shame. Are we close enough? We are! Katniss gets to attack one time and all of a sudden the problem's solved. Hey, look at that. What a fun coincidence. Whew. Okay, Mystical Thunder sounds pretty good. Oh, we really are pulling huge amounts of XP here, and nobody is getting nobody is getting levels. Okay, another ether accumulator. So we have to take health here, right? Absolutely have to. Not my favorite situation to be in with the number of nights that's going to leave us. The metal beast finally collapses on the sand, twitching erratically. Sad. You make sure those are its last words. Now that you can observe it without the beast jumping around, you find its conception most interesting. There's something attached to its neck, like a necklace of some sort. Well, I would love to see what its necklace is. Gently, you take it off. Symbols can be seen on it, but you don't know what they mean. What drew you to it was that weird sensation you got, similar to the presence of spirits. Perhaps its master never left it in the end. Okay, a horned pendant. It's said to make its wearer untouchable. I mean, 12 dodge is... that's not nothing. Oh yeah, the time has definitely come for sleeping. Let me really quickly here. The two people who are power-based. Would losing the bark of the oak raged's bark is kind of awkward to say. Would losing this for an ether accumulator make sense? Lose 5 def? Yeah, probably. 5 physical defense for 1 magical defense, and then also, you know, over the course of battle, getting beefier, hitting harder. I guess would I want one on both of the casters? Crit chance and accuracy. No, these ones I probably leave in place. I like the way they just sort of collapse on the ground. They're all very tired, you know? Alright, so we're not going to get to rest right before the boss because we have to run. So I'm hoping that this combat won't be too brutal. Sitting in the middle of the ruins, you spot what must be the remains of a metallic giant equipped with tools of all shapes and sizes. Some might be useful to you, but be careful, as the carcass seems to still have spasms of activity. Well, don't just throw a rock at it, that's not going to turn out well for us. In the giant's back, you see some loosened cables coming out. You look around. Upon cutting them, the giant lets go of a long sigh that melts into the surrounding silence. Okay. Bonus strength is a pretty good outcome. Although I doubt strength affects the damage of the traps. Oh. A Myria pace. Yo, that's concerning. I have worries. Oh, this is a very large number of enemies. Alright, so how scary is a Myria pace, really? Grants 2 initiative for each enemy below 30 HP. Starts with 9 initiative, too. Heals 6 every turn. Charges and pushes it back 6 squares. Okay, these things have 8 AP. Ether Smoke deals a fair amount of magic damage and removes a spirituality point. Okay, inflicts minus 25 pre on 2 turns for all adjacent targets. This is the first thing we've seen that didn't cost more than half of its AP. And it's low enough that it could do that and also Ruad on the same turn. And then this lowers MP. Okay. MP movement points. Yeah, that's definitely annoying. There are a lot of enemies that have these, like, howls. I think what I might want to do here is... let's put Naudus up here. Have Mikolos behind him. I mean, I think I want to group up, right? We want to be fighting them together. Maybe Mikolos is over here, actually. Yeah, I think I like this maybe. All right, well, for +9 initiative, the things did not get to go very early, so that's good news for us. Let's like throw this down and also this and just make it a nightmare for them to get through. I wish I could trap that tile instead, but all right. So I could throw up a protective bubble. I can't protective bubble and spiritual assault because it's too much movement. Let's see, you're gonna get to go next. You're just gonna run up next to the thing and then you're gonna get like totally wailed on. I think it is probably just like step at bubble. And we wait until there's some actual damage to heal. Alright, classic headbutt. And then do I want to do a thrust? With us regaining what it's a spirituality point every 3 turns or something, right? I can at least make this thing have to move. How much movement does it have? Enough. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do it. Right, I can only knock it a couple tiles away, but it's fine. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I think I have pushed it out of range for the spiritual assault, but what I can do instead is just bubble. Yeah, I can just bubble our friend here who is also going to end up in melee. Oh, I didn't actually read what those things do. I suppose that would have been a good idea. I was so immediately worried about the big one. There's a tile back there, huh? Okay, well that's an annoying ability for them to have. Especially since they get to attack again after doing it, which is a wild design. Ugh, and they're very good at not hitting the bubble. Alright. So one thing that we do not have a ton of here is AoE, unfortunately. Can't really do area damage. Yeah, and you can't move in a useful way, so I guess all that you really have is hitting these guys. Let me make sure we... Okay, so they all have that Predator trait. Moves to a distant tile and inflicts 8 to 10 damage for 2 action points. And then they have a basic bite for 2 as well. Corrosive Spit. If a character is behind it, it suffers the same effects. That first it could refer to the Larvenom, or it could refer to the target of the Larvenom's attack. It's not very clear. So yeah, when they are willing to use all 4 action points on one attack, they can apply some annoying damage over time stuff. Not really much we can do about it. Okay, double bleed. I guess the thing I could do is I could back up to here so that I'm not adjacent to both of them right away. Yeah, because their big move requires the use of their 1 movement point. But actually, if I step here, I should be safer even than that. Alright, we got one of them with the trap. Oh, interesting. The trap breaks his little charge. Alright, so this is just a one target. I think I'm better off just doing damage. So your attack hits pretty hard. Maybe we work on the Myria pace that's taken the most damage. As do you. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, these things are really, really difficult to deal with because your positioning doesn't matter like at all. So I can energy transfer and spiritual assault in the same turn. I feel like I should probably energy transfer you. And then spiritual assault to finish off this thing. That's pretty productive. Galus has gotten into a position where he's like actually really really critical. Very powerful member of the party. Okay, doing an okay job of holding the attention of some enemies over here. Headbutt's not until next turn, which is a shame. Damn, really hoping for some crits. I'm gonna move up to here. Is it the case that this thing is going to bleed down to 1 at the beginning of its turn? It's a little frustrating, right? To have something just like narrowly survive like that. Yep. I wish we had area damage. Any kind of area damage. Well, there's no move for you except spiritual assault. I feel like you shouldn't be able to dodge that with a physical motion. Crouching should be largely immaterial. This is my hot take. I sadly cannot quite get onto one of these things, but I can just get over here. Alright, we're not going to have another double action turn for a while, but I do get to just throw out a melee. Okay, 40, not bad. Not a bad start. And I think I'm fine staying adjacent since I have the bubble shield. Yeah, we need more ability to make double action turns happen. And that's across everybody. Alright, well, we are going to be definitely firing Great Warrior. Ow, must you? Okay, alright. Oh, it does eat the whole turn, doesn't it? I should probably just kill this thing and back up. What are the odds they're gonna kill me? I don't think they're too high. If I kill this thing and then step away from the enemies, I think I'm gonna be okay. Right, there'll still be some amount of chasing and teleporting, but I doubt it'll be 49 damage. Ooh, wow, they're really focusing. Okay, just a hard miss. I'll take that. Do we stay on this guy? Hard to use traps against these things. I think I stick the axe. I think I just stay on axe mode. Hey, the bubble shield finally got spent. All right. Well, I feel like we gotta try to finish him. Try and fail. Wow, I'm not gonna move adjacent to more of them. That's really, really bad news, though. I think we're losing another spirit here, unfortunately. I don't think there's much we can do about it. God, I really need to be able to, like, bubble and spiritual assault on the same turn. 4 HP. How frustrating. Well... yeah, that really, really sucks. I think Katniss is probably shedding spirit unless we can come up with something fantastical here. Okay, those things both not getting to go until the end of the turn certainly helps. I don't think I need to do this. I think we can go headbutt, real strike, back up a step, and be okay. Alright. Now it's like, you protective bubble yourself instead of attacking, and then move back. Alright, the Intimidate's not actually an attempt to kill. Ooh, 33 is not. That's not going to work. Spiritual Assault is not going to get him for 33. But I don't have another play, so... yeah. Okay, we managed to draw his attention to Mikolos at least. And a narrow survival. Okay, so this is the one that gets to go early in the turn. Let's fry him and then move away from the big one. This turn, I suppose I may as well. I doubt it's going to matter. Ah, that's no good. I was really trying to save the loss of the spirit until the boss battle upcoming so we could get a free refill during it. But no such luck. Still has 115 HP. And then I guess, yeah, we intentionally stay adjacent. So you do a heal. And... wow, okay. That was a hell of a crit. Pretty fantastic, actually. Oh, it rolled an 18. Well, hopefully it'll just... yeah. That's fine. You can attack him all you want. He's doing a fine job of tanking when there's only one enemy. It's a lot easier to manage aggro. Okay, I think he would just die at the beginning of his turn now, because it seems like the game processes the bleed before the natural regen. But also, obviously, we've got him. Okay, and so we go into the actual boss fight of the area in, honestly, like, pretty okay condition. Beat up some larvenoms, learned about botany, you know? That's a very normal way to learn about botany. Mirai will teach you about the Predator's Call. And we are probably going to see level ups here. Oh yeah, that was a really... I'm surprised that fight gave more than the Marley fight. The Marley thing just, it felt like a boss fight, you know? Well... Let's continue going empathy, because it's actually working out really well so far. I don't love either of these, especially for a person who it seems like is going to be kept alive by Fearsome Warrior a lot. Great Warrior, sorry. And our critical chance is low, but maybe we can fix that. I'm going to take the crit damage. Alright, so we have an interesting power up here. The targeted enemy skips their turn. Yeah, alright. Put it on the bar, I suppose. What do I need from you? More points of movement, really. I don't know. I'm just gonna keep hitting rationality. More dodge. You're getting really good at not getting hit. I feel like we have a lot of good active abilities. -3 initiative to all adjacent enemies, or 20 dodge until your next turn when an enemy dodges. I guess this is a little bit more compelling. Gives us more reason to have Mikolos like charging around after the boss or whoever, which seems to be a way that he's getting used a lot anyway. It's really hard to turn down damage. Alright, let's see these two. Caster can't lose SP for 5 turns, including from... Well, I mean, of course, including from spellcasting. We'll take it, even though I don't know for sure that we're going to use it. Your max SP is pretty low. MDef's real bad. I'm going to take the spirituality points, though, and we're going to... I already have paralyzing magic. I kind of want... I want to see if I can find some kind of, like, area effect stuff. And enemy target. Ooh, as much as this is a higher rarity, I don't think we can skip energy transfer. And more copies of energy transfer is just like a huge objective good. And a Fang Head. 2 initiative for each enemy below 30 HP. This is a cool way of giving us their ability. And a Desert Rifle. -10 accuracy, but massive range. And very good base damage. Yeah, that's really something. The road sinks into the depths of a huge crevasse. The place seems to have been inhabited a long time ago. Gigantic rusted ruins rise all around you. Yep. It is pretty rough out here. So we have to run or else we're going to get caught. It's alright. Naudos will find a way to survive. Hold on. Before we do anything else, let's talk about this rifle. So, like, Mikolos' current weapon does considerably less damage than this. It does ignore defense, and it makes him a, you know, a pretty tough target. Maybe we could trade out somebody else's move. It just feels like a very good gun. Granted, it is kind of the attack that like Katniss and them are already using. So this is doing 29 to 32 damage. I guess, you know what? Katniss never uses the branch staff, but it does give initiative to everybody. Do I want to have 3 people who fight at range? Because we could just replace this. The loss of the max HP is, I think, not that big of a deal, and it really is it's an impressive improvement in damage. I'm going to take it. Accuracy's down only to 90% now. We can fix that, though. Right, I could move an accuracy bonus. The Carapace Shard's not even really that interesting. The thing that gives the accuracy bonus is giving crit. It's not magic based. Yeah. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and do that. So I've already lost it. Here we go. Eye Necklace gets us back up to base accuracy. And with a 14% crit chance on that weapon, and then that leaves Katniss looking for a thing to put in the other hand. You have 6 AP, so I wouldn't want to do plus move minus AP on you. I mean, an Ether Accumulator is perfectly fine, right? Yeah, the Ether Accumulator probably works just fine. Alright. Vezard tents stand around in the deepest part of the ruins. Intricate items lie around everywhere. Nosy's definitely camped here. The expedition you found must have tried to reach this base to investigate the ruins further from here. So it wasn't the first time Nosy's explored this place. But this second visit was way deadlier than the first one. We could check their supplies. I feel like that could... I mean, obviously, there's the die roll thing there, so that could go a couple of different ways. Put a danger tag here for who? Like, right? Nobody's... In theory, nobody's following us. I guess the next expedition after we die horribly. Taking down their tents doesn't really make any sense, I don't think. But I'm gonna sort of just make an offering, you know, ritual, whatever. You offer what you can allow yourself to leave in the hope of soothing the spirits. All their frustration from being unable to uncover the mysteries of these ruins invade you. Was it really worth putting their lives at risk? The Nosies at least left something behind them. A great stone carved with many drawings. Their way of inscribing their discovery, perhaps. If you can finish what they started, surely their spirits will be at peace. Okay. The text and the benefit, like, not even just the benefit you get, but whether or not you get a benefit, it seems so disconnected from the actual words. Your eyes fixed on the stone, you gaze at each drawing with attention. Several metallic beasts, like the one you saw, are represented around an imposing machine, seemingly emitting something toward the beasts. What do you understand from it? Well, it seems like the machine powers them, yeah? Oh, the Nosies must have activated it, waking the metal beast and bringing doom upon themselves. You have to turn it off again. Okay. Initiative for everyone. And here comes the spider. Yo, that's a lot of spider. We've done well keeping everybody alive so far. Something tells me this might be where that comes to an end. Is that a bomb? the mecha cell. So, the Sentinel. The Sentinel's entrails are a factory, constantly producing new scrap metal monsters. It moves by means of a cable system, and its powerful mandibles allow it to devour any metal. To defend itself, the Sentinel will not hesitate to activate its concentrated ether beam. So it has 12 AP, it has no movement, though. So this sweeps the area in front of the Sentinel with a ray, dealing undodgeable damage. Inflicts physical damage and bleed to targets on the sides. We don't know what the middle, really what in front of the Sentinel or the sides really means in terms of like, okay, it has a move and it can lay eggs. Cannot lose AP or MP. I love the icon for this. It's very, very good. And it resists bleed and poison. Makes sense. Talk to me about this mecha cell. Powerful shield protects it. It is better not to stay too close to its field of action, or you'll be hit by a violent shock. Its defenses are so impressive that one wonders what would happen if you managed to destroy it. Indeed. So it's got 12 defense and 15 MDef. I assume this would turn the thing off, right? When dying, inflicts damage to all adjacent targets. The mecha pile is... is the Sentinel's generator. Yes, okay, thank you. There's just text on it that says so. Alright, well, yeah, turning this thing off seems to be the way to go. What's the spider's defense values? Okay, so it's not any easier to fight the spider. Does that rifle... Oh, that's not what I wanted. Okay, the rifle does not have any particular penetration capabilities. The ether sword does, so that's something. But yeah, I mean, I feel like we want to start back here, right? We want to just have at this thing as best we can. And we're going to have to like learn from just interactions exactly which tiles are targeted by the spider's attacks. I did not look at its initiative. Okay, I missed Strange Shield. Yeah, no, that's a problem. 34 defense, 37 MDef. Like, I'm not certain we can kill that. This only has a 2-tile range. I mean, I feel like I have to Great Warrior, right? Hello, it's me. I'm here to distract you. Am I allowed to push you? Can you be pushed? Cannot be pushed back. Okay. Well... I see no reason to do a Great Sorcerer on it. But I can just run up and thwack it with the Ether Sword. Ether Sword does ignore all damage. So I'm guaranteed a hit here, but I probably will do almost nothing. We might crit. Okay. It fully resisted. I'm a little surprised by the full resist on the rifle shot. Yeah, we must have rolled low. Everybody? I didn't hit Mikolos. Okay, the spider bails out. Oh, it's the generator that gets to go really early. Well, it doesn't get to fire up its shield every turn. So it's just doing normal difficulty, or its normal defenses, which are still very high. Okay. So I'm not going to be able to do any damage to this thing. Yeah, Nautis simply cannot meaningfully fight this. Because Nautis' whole deal is a couple of half-strength hits every turn, right? So Nautis' move is instead something like this. Now let's get over here and fight these nerds. Well, energy transfer, and then give it what we can. I paralyzed it, but good. And you, my friend, you have just got to stay in and do all of the things. Oh, Galus almost has enough AP to do another attack of some kind. That's a shame. Almost is a real shame. Is there a reason to like step away from it a little bit? That's when it blows up. Yeah, I guess everything that it does is 0 range, so stepping back, ending the turn not adjacent to it is ideal, probably. Oh, doesn't work like that. It reaches out quite a long distance, actually. Pretty much wherever it feels like reaching out, and steals all of your movement. There's an awful lot of that kind of stuff in this game, where it's just like you're constantly losing all your move and stuff, and I had to say I do find it a little annoying. $22 crit chance. No, I'm just gonna stay on it. We just have to keep doing damage. No sense in saving, right? Like, there's a boss fight. This is exactly when you should be doing damage. Or when you should be firing all your abilities. I do think anybody who can do meaningful damage to the battery has to just ignore everything else around him, because I think... my guess is a lot of stuff's it's all just gonna turn off when the battery turns off. I don't know that. I'm hoping. Oh, you literally can't... oh my god, come on. That sucks. Yeah, I shouldn't have trusted the range on the battery. I do think that it's like probably a pretty good idea in your game generally to like make your tooltips not be intentionally misleading. But also I should have known better. So I could just bewitch one of these things. I don't know. I'm not going to be able to do anything meaningful here. I'm just going to do damage. And then I will thrust you. Get out of here. That didn't really do much. Okay. Keep dealing damage. We need some crits or something. Yeah, I definitely can't afford to not Ether Sword. The fact that I stepped away from it for a turn and lost a turn of damage is probably gonna like ruin everything, I think. It only has 57 HP left. I'm debating whether I should Protective Bubble this turn. Is this thing gonna hit me more than once? No. So I'll bubble this turn. And then next turn we should get it. We should get it without needing damage from... well, it doesn't matter. Next turn we will definitely kill the thing. Alright. You are not able to turn. Sorry, your stats are bad. We're not going to be able to do any shit. Come on, crits. Let's get some crits through that strange shield, because I don't think we can kill it with just the one attack. Well, I still have my bubble shield up, so there's no sense in not trying. Okay, I did crit for 23. I think that's going to be enough. Okay. That could have gone really badly if Galus had gone down to that laser strike. Alright, here we go. This should be it. No, oh, but it left me with no AP. Shit. Notice, you are an unbelievable hero. You are everything and forever. Alright, we got some good rolls there. Please don't die. Please don't die. Oh, no! No! Oh, no. Okay. There we go. That does turn it off, at least. Well, sheesh. Yeah, that really did come down to that attack. Like, the move has 0 range in the sense that it uses a move that reaches out several tiles on the tile that it's sitting on. But, like, there's a lot of things like that in this game, I feel like, where stuff is slightly misleading because of the details of its implementation. Gains 3 MDef every turn. That's interesting. Unfortunately, I think due to just, like, sort of the math of the encounters, losing one person, like now we're in the spiral, right? There's no recovery from here, unless it's possible to get a 4th party member back. We're just going to slowly lose people every combat until we are dead. And I'm guessing we're not right at the end of the run. The enormous beast finally ceases to move. You take some time to gauge the size of your opponent in comparison to yours, and savor your victory. You're still trembling from the fight. What can you do to celebrate? Mikolos is all dismantle the Sentinel, if only he wasn't the only one with a spirit left. Let us thank the spirit? Your prayer moves them, but they send you back the feeling that you were a greater part of this victory than you think. Trust in your own skills. Interesting. Power for everybody, because we picked a blue option, right? Well, I feel like it would be deeply foolish not to rest here, but also we're in bad shape, friends. Like, Naudas can just fire Great Warrior at the beginning of every battle, but Katniss needs help. And now that we've lost our magic defense penetrating, our all defense penetrating super sword attack, like, I am worried. And this thing is upcoming. You stay on the road in the middle of a deep canyon. Little by little, the ground becomes more arid and the sun hotter in a spotless blue sky. This desert puts your resistance to the test. It sure would be cool if we could find, like, a nosy to come with us or something. You're walking toward the pillar of white light alongside a ravine. Far above your heads, the sun scorches all it sees, unhindered by clouds. It is hot. It is unbearable. Only a stream nearby allows the air to be breathable. Far away, you see nosy constructions built next to the chasm. Well, I think getting to them would probably be a good idea. We're real short on time, and also, this is the character who is all brutality, so go as fast as possible. You make haste. You skip the next 2 events. Well, that might be good. It's going to buy us a couple of days at least. Okay, this one seems to be some kind of robot. I don't know, is that a fox? Okay, there's a Myria pace over there. And I feel like I want to be grouped up. Why fight the enemies separately when you can fight them together? It's a cool looking creature. Though young, the Grippeak defends its territory ferociously, digging tunnels to travel it faster and surprise its prey. More of this stuff, more of this tunnel stuff. Okay, all of its AP to do some damage. Burrows underground and digs a burrow exit close to an enemy. Notice this does take all of its AP. Takes an AP to jump out of a burrow exit. 3 AP to do this thing. Okay. So it seems like they won't be able to attack us on that first turn. I guess there's not really a reason for me not to fire Great Warrior. If I run up to here, you won't quite be in range for Bewitchment. I guess if I'm going to use something like Bewitchment, that's a reason not to fire Great Warrior, because I won't be regaining spirituality points for free fast enough to get, like, benefit from everything. So I'm just going to bubble you, maybe? Can't get in range to attack this turn. Okay, so we can see the burrow exit ahead of time. That's a little awkward. Oh, I can hit him from here. Never mind. We'll just do that. And then step this way. Well, I probably want to step like this way. I don't actually want the rock to be in the way of my aiming. Interesting. He put... Oh no, here's his burrow exit. So you kind of just don't get to do anything this turn because you have to wait for them to come out. Yeah. Alright, well. Let's like stand over here. Just don't be real close to any of it. Bubble self. And then you can throw down some traps instead of shooting your gun for a turn. Okay, yeah. Not bad. It's a shame this one stepped around the trap. Alright, should be able to... Oh, never mind. My... Everything is all screwed up. Get away from my wizard. That kind of worked. Made him not attack, at least. So this thing's gonna get to go. I guess, there's no sense in not spiritual assaulting here. Ooh, not super likely to hit. Neither is my normal attack. Well, let's try it. And then, yeah, that leaves us an energy transfer. You have 5 AP right now. You've done all of your things that are cheaper than that. The trap is there, so let's run around to here. Trying to bait this thing into still stepping on the trap. There we go. And then it dodged it anyway. Okay. This thing still has a shit ton of HP. I guess let's try to kill the Grippeak. Wow. Okay. Yaffle indeed. You would yaffle too if it happened to you. Alright, so this is probably a kill. Yeah. I was gonna say at the very least from the post damage. Let's put ourselves in a position where he can't knock one of us into the other. I should just attack. Let's see if I can't bait him into this trap as well. And the answer is no. No, I can't. And he did manage to put himself in a position where he can't even be knocked back into it. That's annoying. If I hit this... And I kind of don't want to spend... Yeah, I mean, let's see. So you're appeased and you don't get your next turn, even though I'm after you in the turn order. See, the combat effect that is the third effect is not listed on the character sheet for some reason. Well, I'm going to hope it works properly. Let's find out. We'll just poke him a couple of times. Okay, yeah. I was a little worried that it might be, due to the way it's worded, I was a little worried it might be a thing that only works if you go before them in the turn order and cast it. Like, it makes them lose the turn that is represented at the top of the screen. But nope, it is just whenever their next turn is. That's handy. Run away! Okay. Gets one more strike off. Or he walks into the trap. I thought for sure he was just going to hit Nautis. Those things really get the tunnel vision. Alright, well, Mikolos continues to be just game-changingly incredible. Really great work all of the time there, Nautis. Or, Mikolos. Another desert rifle. Its blows will make your enemies howl. Inflicts bleeding, minus power. We gotta look at this relative to the dagger that Nautis is already using. It's true, the shade is always at our heels. I feel that very much. So this yelping dagger, it is, yeah, that's an improvement. That is definitely a raw damage improvement. The plus 40 accuracy doesn't really do anything for us. I guess it probably counteracts opposing dodge. We don't actually know. It may be the case that the accuracy doesn't do anything, but the power loss definitely doesn't do anything. And 8 to 26 is a much more pleasing damage range. And it still has the bleed on it and everything. This is just like a huge improvement. Okay. Well, here I think we don't really have a choice but to run. We may as well take it. And then, before we see what else lies beyond, let's go ahead and call it there for today. We killed a giant spider. We could potentially have saved everybody too, and that is really disappointing. But the important thing is, we killed a giant spider factory in the forest. How many people can say that? So when you come back next time, we're headed out into this desert, hoping that the lack of Galus will not lead to just a horrible death spiral before the end of the area. And I gotta be honest with you, I'm not super optimistic. Come back next time, I suppose, to see if my lack of optimism is warranted. And we'll see you then.